Hello. So today I have built a little spellcaster house. It's only exterior, so there is no interior, which is why this video is a little bit shorter than majority of the videos on my channel. But this one is built in Willow Creek on Hollow Slough, which is a 30 by 20 lot. It's only one bedroom, one bathroom, but I think that maybe if you change the floor plan, you could get two in here. I built it inspired by the house next door that I built a little over a month ago, and I was sad that I didn't like make a video of it because it's one of my favorite houses that I've done. So I did this one to kind of like have a video of it where I can show the process and talk about it and stuff, and maybe like different people will see it. But yeah, so the other build is on my Instagram. It's on the gallery too. I think it's uploaded as Spellcaster Manor, I think. It's way larger than this one. So my thought process when like pairing these together is kind of if you are doing gameplay with occult sims and you want a neighborhood that kind of fits that aesthetic, that these two neighboring houses can kind of like be perfect for that. Maybe you have like a legacy family and one of the family members lives next door, and like the other one is where like majority of the sims live, because I believe it's like 6 to 8 bedrooms. It's pretty large. This one, the lot's a lot smaller. I definitely could have fit more in. I think when I like looked at it after, I realized that I need to start looking at the floor plan before I finalize the exterior, because once I finalize the exterior, I just can't add on to it anymore because there's all this foliage and like all the landscaping is built around the house, and I added all the details in already. So I struggled a little bit at the end of just like trying to see if I could even like connect those towers to the base of the house a little bit more on the second floor, but it wasn't possible. So I kind of just left it as is, and I opened up the tower, so if you like stand at the bottom floor, you could like look up through it. I'm pretty sure that's how it went, but yeah. So I did want to do this one to kind of show it and stuff. I used like I feel like it has similar accents to the other house that I had built. I wanted a lot of columns, and I wanted to have balconies that were kind of like roofed and almost looked like a cloister type thing. But so that's like all I did was like two little side porch areas, you could say. Yeah, but here's the pond that I feel like if I didn't have this pond in the back, I probably could have made the house a little bit bigger. It is already expensive though. It's like, let's see, it's 46,392 simoleons just for the exterior. And I'm pretty sure that's because I used like the most expensive columns and fencing in the game, because the fencing is from Get Famous, and the columns look like they're from Get Famous too. I know I use cheap cottage living ones, but like the fancier ones are from Get Famous, I think. And those are just super expensive. I never really build with these items. I feel like this style is very different from what I normally do. I do a lot of rundown builds, and this is more like super fancy. I was like inspired by, I think it was BB Moman. I think that's their username on Instagram. They did this like huge build that was like very white and like really fancy windows and stuff, and like fireflies everywhere. And so that's what inspired me to do the house on the left of this one, and I really liked how it came out, which is why I'm doing it again. I think one of my favorite parts of this build is the flower boxes lining the towers. I feel like it really adds a little bit of detail and dimension in the build that I really enjoy and I'm really happy with. I'm glad that I did that, because normally I think I would just use a bunch of ivy pieces, but this is like a little bit different. I try to like see if I could put the roof there, but I just like lowered it down to the next level, which I think looks pretty good because it connects to the like roof that's hanging off of the front of the house. So it kind of looks like it's one piece instead of two, which I think like ended up turning out really cute. But yeah, I didn't do the interior of this, but while I was like filming the little intro part, I consider doing an interior. I don't know. It's like because I really like the house, so I feel like I want to do an interior for this. I didn't do an interior for the one on the left either, but that one's huge, so I don't think I ever will. So that's kind of just good for people who want to download a house for gameplay. I've seen a couple people say that they're gonna use it for their like occult legacies, which I think is really cool. But yeah, this one I think I could do an interior. I I mean, would I do a video of just the interior? Maybe. It would either be a video or a Twitch stream. So I've been streaming a little bit more on Twitch recently. I'm trying to do 2 days a week, and I feel like even that is a lot for also like making a video a week because the video takes a while too. So we'll definitely see. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I really like the windows I used in this build. They go really well together. And I was really sad about growing together at first because I didn't think the windows fit my style. And I was like, I'm never going to be able to use these and they're so pretty. But I ended up using them in this one because I used the like 3 wide ones in the other one and it looked really pretty. And so I'm using the smaller ones and it's paired with that giant Realm of Magic window. And I think they just go really well together. They both have the same sort of like shaped lines in the window or like size lines in the window because they're different shapes, but it's really cute. I really like the windows together. And I kept the landscaping pretty simple. I felt like I had a lot of fun landscaping this one, just like it flowed very nicely, I think. I just picked out a bunch of white flowers and I lined the entire like perimeter of the house and the porch and stuff. I add in some pink flowers that I think go really nicely together. Also, I put the like is that like cherry blossom leaf like water in the pond. I never used that, but it felt fitting for this one. So like cuz I it's really pretty, but I always use like the same couple of like watercolors? What is that even called? Water details? I'm not really sure. But yeah, I like the house next door, it had a lot of pink accents, mostly with mushrooms and trees. And so I wanted to do the same sort of thing in this one, and I'm doing that with these pink flowers scattered around that goes inside the water too. I believe that I add some crystal, like there's one crystal. I add one crystal to the front of the house. I add some mushrooms, but not too many. And one of my favorite things that I did was putting the Realm of Magic glowing orbs of light, I guess you could call them. Um, and I sized them down a little bit and I put them in the roof plants. So kind of looks like glowing flowers going up the house, which I was like, I really love. And I want to do again sometime when I'm doing a magical build. It just adds uh like a nice little feature to the house, extra especially in pictures and videos, I think. Because normally when I'm building, I'm also thinking about creating a reel or like even the intro parts of these videos. And so I want like something that looks interesting to look at. And that kind of like, I felt like that was a good addition. Because normally I just like settle with the chimney smoke. But I really like that. And I'm definitely going to do it again sometime. And I do put a bunch of wall ivy on the house. I have to. It's just what I do all the time. I put a bunch of slime wall marks on the exterior too, which I really like doing when I do brick houses. This is all like one brick. I didn't use anything else. I'm not sure which brick this is. It looks like it's cottage living, but I could be wrong. But I think that adding these slime decals from Strangerville helps to kind of break up the brick a little bit and make it look like it's like aging in different spots and like plants are growing in certain areas of it. And so it's not just all one base color. And I think that that's a good way to do it. I've been doing that a lot to like use on wooden builds as kind of like a moss, and I do it on windows too where it kind of looks a little bit dirty and it's easier than like putting a bunch of wall cracks in because like you have to place the wall cracks a specific way and size them down a specific way where like the slime I kind of just throw it over a window and I'm like that's a dirty window now. And I do the same with the front porch area. I put slime on like the floor of it and I never use this flooring. I don't even know what that stone is from. This is my first time using it. And I don't know if that's the cottage living one that I never use, but it's too late to know now. So, but yeah, here's the glowing lights that I'm putting all over the place. I've used them in the past as like accents for other things. Like I think that when I made a Halloween build for Shell Challenge, I sized them down and I put them over like floating chandeliers as kind of like a different light and stuff like that. But I've never really put them in foliage, I don't think, until now. There's something else that I wanted to say. Oh, and maybe it didn't even happen yet in the video, but I think that like the one part of this build that really like tied everything together and I felt like brought in my style a little bit more is this part right here with these hanging plants around the entire border of the roofing pieces. I don't know, it just like makes it feel a little bit more swampy and maybe like because this is in a nice neighborhood right now, but I could like picture this in the middle of nowhere, just like hidden inside a bunch of trees. And like maybe if you like stumble across it, you like kind of wouldn't even believe that this could be in this like in the middle of nowhere. And you'd probably be a little bit scared and you wouldn't want to go too close to the house. I don't know. I feel like that's the vibe I want for most of my houses, I think. But if I had seen a house like this with glowing lights floating around it, I probably would avoid it too. But I'll never be in that position, so I don't have to consider it. But yeah, the glowing lights I think goes with the two things I put by the stairs, like where they go inside there. I think that's the purpose of them. I don't actually know. What are those used for in the like magic world? I don't know. I'll have to take a look because I actually don't even know what those orbs are at all. I think that maybe they're supposed to be in a fire holder type thing like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited to maybe do an interior for this. I think that I'd go like super pastel witchy, which I've tried to do in the past and then I abandoned the house. I tried to do it when the pastel kit had came out and then I abandoned it. So I think maybe this would be a good time to try and do it. But I'm pretty sure that the end of the video is nearing. It's hard to tell because of oh wait, no, it's not even. Never mind. Ignore me. There's also the floor plan. So although I don't do the interior of this, I do a floor plan and I put wallpaper and flooring around as well as some lights. So that's normally what I do when I don't do an interior just because I don't want to leave it just like with nothing in it. And it's a little bit easier for people who want to download a build and just furnish it. And floor plans can be hard, especially in a shell that you didn't build yourself because it's hard to work with. I struggled with this. I built it and I realized that I should have looked inside earlier. So that's my own fault. I'm going to try and like try the technique where I do a floor plan maybe before I do the exterior. But the floor plans are like so boring to me that I just push it off until like the last minute. And I do wish that this house had 2 bedrooms. Um, I think that maybe some like, you could change some of the rooms, like that back right corner room with all the arches could maybe be turned into a bedroom if you kind of, like, change out the arch in, like, the dining room or living room, whatever that room will be, and then, put curtains around the other archways. I'm not sure. Or it could just be a tea room. I don't know. That could be a dining room, maybe. No. I'm, like, trying to, like, plan it out in my head. I have no idea. But I think I will maybe do an interior of this. I don't know what I'm gonna do for next week's video, but yeah, that's the whole video. You see that I struggle to try and change it a little bit, but yeah, that's it for this one. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I stream on Twitch Mondays and Thursdays around 3:30 Eastern. I do a lot of Sims, but I also switch to Stardew usually. I'm considering doing some Fortnite some days. So yeah, that's where you can find me. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.